The story revolves around Vandiyathevan, a charming, brave and courageous young man who sets out across the Chola land to deliver a message from the Crown Prince, Aditya Karikalan, to the Emperor Sundara Chola and the Princess Kundavi. The story shuttles between Vandiyathevan's travels in Chola country and the young Prince Arulmojivarman's, later known as Raja Chola, travels in Sri Lanka. The narrative details attempts by his sister Kundavi to bring back Arulmojivarman to establish political peace in a land seemingly beset with unrest and civil war plotted by vassals and petty chieftains. Parantaka Chola was succeeded by his second son Gandaraditya as the eldest son Rajaditya had died in a battle. At the time of Gandaraditya's death, his son Madhuranthaka was a 2-year-old child and hence Gandaraditya's brother Arinjaya ascended the throne. After Arinjaya's death, his son Parantaka II, Sundara Chola, was crowned. He had 2 sons, Aditya Karikalan, Arulmojivarman, and a daughter named Kundavi. The story begins as the Emperor Sundara Chola is ill and bedridden. His son Aditya Karikalan is the general of the Northern Command and lives in Kanchi. The younger son Arulmojivarman is in Sri Lanka on a military campaign. Their sister Kundavi lives in the Chola royal household at Pazayare. The story advances when rumors abound that there is a conspiracy against Sundara Chola and his sons. Vallivarayan Vandiyathevan confirms these suspicions by eavesdropping on a secret meeting at the Kadambur palace of his friend Kandhanmaran. In his youth, Aditya Karikalan had fallen in love with Nandhani, but she turned vengeful and vowed to destroy the Chola dynasty after Aditya Karikalan killed Veerapandiyam. We also meet Kundavi Piratti, who after hearing the news of the conspiracy sends Vandiyathevan to Sri Lanka to give a message to Arulmojivarman to come back immediately. Besides these, there are other characters like Madhuranthaka Devar, the man whom the conspirators want to crown king, the son of Gandaraditya, and Anirudh Brahmaryal, Sundara Chola's prime minister and the man who has eyes and ears everywhere. Vandiyathevan also meets Brahmaryal's spy Azakadian Nambi, a man who roams the country challenging Shivits to debates. He collects information for the prime minister and is always around Vandiyathevan, rescuing him from trouble. Other characters include Vanathi, a Kodumbalur princess, the woman who later becomes Arulmojivarman's wife, who is in love with Arulmojivarman, Poonjali, the boat woman who rows the future king to Lanka, Mandakini, the deaf and mute birth mother of Madhuranthaka Chola and the aunt of Poonjali. Most memorable among the female characters is Nandhani, whose beauty is said to have the power to influence any man. Manimangalai, the sister of Kandhanmaran, the Kadambur prince, who helps Nandhani without any knowledge that she is the conspirator and who also turns against Vandiyathevan, his best friend. Meanwhile, with Poonjali's help, Vandiyathevan reaches Sri Lanka, meets Arulmojivarman, and becomes his close friend. In Sri Lanka, Arulmojivarman realizes that his father had spent some time on a nearby island and had been with a girl who was born deaf and mute. He meets her and realizes from her drawing that she and his father have had 2 children. Who are those children and do they have the right to the throne? Later one day in Tirupurambiam forest, Vandiyathevan sees Nandhani and the Pandya conspirators place a small boy on a throne and take a vow in front of him. Who is this boy and what right does he have to the throne? While coming back from Sri Lanka, Arulmojivarman is caught in a cyclone and goes missing. Rumor spreads that he is dead, but he survives and recuperates at Chudamani Viharam, a Buddhist monastery in. Then slowly the dispersed family starts assembling. The conspirators meanwhile choose a day in which both the emperor and both of his sons will be assassinated. Nandhani in the meantime calls Aditya Karikalan to Kadambur palace to discuss the future of the kingdom. Though Karikalan knows that his life is in utter danger, he travels to Kadambur to meet with Nandhani. Aditya Karikalan is then assassinated at the palace. Meanwhile, Arulmojivarman recovers and returns to Thanjavur, where he was initially forced to accept the crown. He appears to acquiesce, but later tricks everyone during the coronation ceremony and crowns his uncle Uthama Chola instead. Thus the 5th part of the book is named as Thiyaga Sigram, the pinnacle of sacrifice.